brought up now because Ms. Rodriguez clearly stated, oh, I don't want her around my daughter now.
Well, why would I when she kicked all her clothes out and threw glitter on it on June 24th along with your items?
Was she there?
Okay,
Was
here
the
we
daughter
go
there?
again.
No.
Boy, did I tell you, Ms. Rodriguez, that you could not interrupt us whenever the hell you wanted, and you just
He
did.
can?
No, you don't get to. I'm trying to keep this civil, and it's not. And then you're now smirking or smiling or something like this is a joke. It's
So do
not.
you want me to frown or what would you like?
Yes, that would probably be more appropriate than
Oh.
smiling. Yes. It
Okay.
seems like a joke
Judge,
now.
Judge Madrigal.
No, I'm not ready.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll start with Ms. Rodriguez.
Okay.
Morning, Ms. Rodriguez. Can you please state your name?
Elizabeth Rodriguez.
Please state the name of your child.
Livia Rodriguez.
Who's the father of the child?
Agustin Campos.
What's your relationship with him like?
No relationship. We just have a child together.
What's his relationship like with his daughter?
No comment. I don't know.
Okay. So in the prior order, we said some
They have visits.
I'm sorry, you said something, Ms. Rodriguez, or you did not?
No,
You followed it up with something. I didn't hear what it was.
I didn't say anything when he asked what the relationship with the child was. I answered, and after that, I didn't say anything.
Okay, well, I heard mumbling of some kind. Okay, Mr. Tracy.
Can I
Yes,
say
Your
something
Honor.
or no?
You have an objection already, Mr. Campos? What?
Yeah, just real quick. Just when we were at court last, I was a great father. I was, a bunch of different stuff.
Okay, you're
Your Honor, I'll be asking him the same questions he can
Okay.
answer.
just, you're gonna remember to tell me all that. So right now,
Okay.
that's
Yes,
not
ma'am.
an objection that she testified differently. You'll tell me in a minute under your side. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Rodriguez, in my opening statement, I indicated you're requesting the sole managing observership. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you're also requesting the geographic restriction in the state of Texas. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who does the child live with?
Me.
Who makes the day-to-day decisions regarding the child?
Me.
How involved is Mr. Campos in these decisions?
Which decisions?
In general, ma'am.
None.
Have you spoken to him about have you tried to solicit his input?
Yes, he has been, I guess, invited to hospital visits. He doesn't show. He was invited to open house at daycare, didn't show. He's been invited to pay invoices at daycare, doesn't acknowledge anything. So he's more than welcome to, he just doesn't.
What was the last communication you had with Mr. Campos?
Let me stop you, Ms. Jones. See if there's a lawyer in the waiting room that I think I recognize there is a lawyer. So Ms. Alvarez, do you want to deal with that?
Yes, Your Honor. Give me one moment.
It's for a 1030 case, I think, yeah.
The hearing opens tense with sparks already flying, interruptions, smirks, and the judge struggles to keep order here.
Ms. Peach, I only have one courtroom for everybody to come through.
Okay, Mr. Rodriguez, why are you requesting the expansion of the geographic restriction to the state of Texas?
I have a job opportunity in San Antonio.
What's the nature of this opportunity?
Just promotion.
Okay. Do you have any other ties to San Antonio?
All of my family is out there.
Okay. And how likely is this promotion?
I'm pretty sure if I accept it, I can.
Okay,
start
so
immediately.
it has been offered.
Yes, I got an offering letter.
If you were to accept the promotion, when would it begin?
Within a month.
Within a month. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay. So Ms. Rodriguez, regarding your request for the visitation schedule, can you please explain to the court why you're requesting the location for the exchange of the visits be changed to the Cal Police Department?
Because as of the last court hearing that we had, his first visit, which we all agreed upon, would be the Father's Day weekend. In the temporary orders, it does show that he's supposed to have somebody drive him. He showed up June 15th after Father's Day, driving himself. This last visit, August, when he returned my daughter August 3rd, he showed up with no car seat for our 1-year-old. There was yelling, there was shouting, so the police got involved, and I made a police report.
What was the result of that? When the cops arrived, what happened?
I made a report, and then I was told to follow up with CPS.
Did you?
Yes,
And then what happened?
just an investigation.
Let's see here. Why are you requesting the prohibition against Mr. Campos consuming alcohol or any illegal drugs during and up to 24 hours prior to a visit?
To my knowledge, at the end of July, he was involved in an assault that had nothing to do with me, but he was involved in assault that resulted because of him being intoxicated. In the past, he's had an ankle monitor that involved his sobriety, and he also has, I believe, 3 DWIs.
You're also requesting the 24 hours notice provision. Can you please explain to the court why?
Yes, June 21st was his weekend, first, third, fifth weekend. June 21st was his weekend. He waited until 3:30 that same day to let me know he had a family emergency. But it wasn't an emergency. He went to a concert in Houston. June 28th, I did agree to allow Olivia to go with him. I've been told I'm bitter and I keep the baby, so I didn't have any plans that day. So yes, he asked, and I did allow him to take her for the day. When it was time to give her back, I believe in the temporary court orders, the judge signed off that his paramour is not allowed to be with the child unsupervised. I have video recordings of Mr. Campos leaving my daughter there and driving off. When I knocked on the door to get my child back, she refused to open the door, so I had to call the police. So there was a police report made for that, and somehow Mr. Campos ended up being arrested on June 29th. July 5th was his weekend because it was considered the first weekend of the month. I did reach out and ask to make sure he was going to show up to our designated area. That was the weekend of the Texas floods. So I drove from San Marcos down to Buda regardless. I didn't hear from him, but I still showed up. I got no response back. Turns out Mr. Campos was, I guess, on a 4th of July vacation and couldn't inform me of it. And then August 3rd ended up being where he showed up with no car seat for our child. Had her in the back seat. So I prefer everything, instead of me having to call the police, we can just already be in a police department.
Do you have any fears regarding Mr. Campos of threats, violence, harassment, stalking?
Yes, Mr. Campos was arrested at the end of May for stalking harassment. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I think that might have been why he got arrested on the 29th, because he decided to show up.
For stalking and
residence.
harassment to who?
To me.
Okay. Are there any other such incidents you'd like to bring to the court's attention?
Other than we had court, early June 12th, I believe. I never received insurance. I asked several times. July 13th, I took a screenshot. I asked again. I needed the insurance. So by August 1st, I had her on my own insurance. I barely received insurance maybe last week, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe the week before, but June 16th, I reached out to Mr. Campos to let him know that I was having to go to the emergency room with our child, and he claimed that he was at work, but the girlfriend did inform me that he actually got fired, so he was there all day with her. June 18th.
Rodriguez pushes for sole custody, claiming father is absent. Court hears missed visits and zero involvement in big decisions.
I had to take her to after hours visit. I reached out to let Mr. Campos know. He said he was at work, but again, the girlfriend confirmed where he was, what he was doing all day. He was off the whole week because he had gotten fired. I'm asking for her to just get on Medicaid at this point, because at least I know she'll have coverage versus Mr. Campos coming and going with these jobs, because it takes 30 days to get insurance. And with a child, you never know what's going to happen with her.
What is the cost of your health insurance plan?
If I'm not mistaken, they charge $115 weekly, because we get paid weekly. So it's $115 a week, I believe.
Per week?
Yes, sir. But that's because they do cover our insurance, but adding a dependent on there, that's when it goes up.
Is that 115 per week amount solely for the child?
Yes, for dependents, but it doesn't matter if I put one or two, it's just flat 115.
If
Okay.
they didn't have the child, do they charge you anything at all?
For the child, yes, I did. I had to
No,
put
no,
her.
if you didn't have the child on,
Oh,
there, would they
no,
charge
if I'm not
you for your-
mistaken, no, my company pays for our insurance. For our health insurance, we just have to pay an extra couple dollars for dental, vision, and life insurance.
Does this 115 cover all that, dental, vision, and life?
No, I believe it's gonna be an additional $12 for her dental for the month.
They don't take it out weekly like they do the medical?
Yes, ma'am, but then again, it's $12 a month, but divided weekly.
But that's a separate line item from the 115 a week for the medical.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're not including vision. The law doesn't let me have him paid for vision, but just medical and dental.
I'm not too sure about vision, to be honest. I didn't see it as a line item on there.
Okay.
Ms. Rodriguez, why are you requesting that romantic partners of Mr. Campos, why are you requesting the presence of a third party? Should there be romantic partners of Mr. Campos around the child?
Well, the judge signed off on it last time, and it sort of worked in a sense of, I just don't agree that my child should see Mr. Campos and I, and then he take her to another paramour, however you want to call it. She gets upset at the wrong person, in my opinion. She gets upset that Mr. Campos does her wrong, and she takes it out on me, and I don't feel comfortable I don't feel comfortable 1,000%. She's made comments in regards to my daughter. When she's upset, she takes it out on my daughter via text message, and I have all that proof as well. I tried co-parenting her. I will admit to that. I tried as far as, yes, there was a time where we tried communicating fairly and we tried communicating civil, and that was fine and dandy, but it's always when Mr. Campos does something wrong, she likes to take it out on myself. And lately she's been making comments in regards to my daughter, and I just don't appreciate it or feel comfortable with it.
Do you have any concerns about threats, violence, harassment, stalking from this individual?
No.
Okay. Do you have any other family violence or domestic violence concerns you'd like the court to know?
Other than on August 3rd, when Mr. Campos was following my 3 kids and I to the vehicle, questioning who was I with. I put 2 and 2 together, realizing there's no way that he kept yelling if I had a car seat. Yes, all vehicles that we have car seats. I don't know why he thought I didn't have one. The police took a picture of the car seat that I have. But I put 2 and 2 together because I know his truck was repoed and the car seat was in there. So then I realized either he had to purchase a new car seat or there's no car seat. So I did go back to confirm that vehicle had no car seat. And when I did that, his brother, who was the driver, came out yelling, just yelling and being extremely vulgar with his words, with my children around. Other than that, I mean, no other family violence with that.
Is there anything else that you'd like the court to know?
No, other than Mr. Campos is the one that picked and agreed with first, third, fifth weekend. He missed more than half of them on his own. All really I want is for him to stop making the final decision of where I can live, who I can have my child around, when he pays child support, whenever it's convenient for him. That's about it.
No further questions for this witness, Your Honor. I'll pass the witness.
Okay, before we go to Mr. Campos, here we go again. I've got another person in the waiting room that might come in late. So Ms. Alvarez, if you'll take care of that.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll call Mr. Campos. Good morning, Mr. Campos. Could you please state your name?
Good morning. My name is Agustin Campos.
Please state the name of your child.
Olivia Rodriguez.
Who is the mother of the child?
Elizabeth Rodriguez.
What's your relationship with her like?
Non-existent.
What's your relationship like with your daughter?
Lovely. It's great. Great relationship. Last time we were here, Liz was preaching to the top of the mountains that I was a good dad, and here we are a couple months later. It's not the same. I have videos, I have proof, I have pictures, I have everything that, Olivia loves me, and we get along great. Ms. Rodriguez's base is the fact of, of course she's with Ms. Rodriguez 24/7. And of course, when it's time for her to give her to me, she does get upset. Of course, she doesn't want to leave her mom, who she's with 24/7. And she cries for a minute or two, but I always call her, FaceTime her right after, message her, and I'm like, she's fine. And we have no issue. She's never cried with me just randomly. She's never had issues. I've never had to call Miss Rodriguez to calm her down. She is great. She gets along great with me and my girlfriend. She's great. She is the happiest baby when she's with us. Ms. Rodriguez couldn't tell you otherwise.
Thank you, sir. Now, you're requesting a joint managing conservatorship and the geographic restriction on Ms. Rodriguez to Hayes and surrounding counties. That was ordered in the temporary order. You're requesting that to continue. Is that correct?
Yes. Once again, just 2 months ago, I could be the joint conservatorship. She's mad. There's more underlying things to this case. Who, I'm not going to bring up. I'm not going to bring out. She's upset at other things and just taking it out on this, which is clear as day. Clear as day. Just last time we were here, Judge Madrigal, she was all about it. She was all about this and that, and now she's upset that I've cut a lot of things off with her, and she doesn't like it. It's not fair to my relationship or anything like that. Doesn't make sense to me. And then her trying to move to San Antonio. Mrs. Rodriguez, this is her third job here in the past.
Serious claims at the table. Police calls, CPS, and no car seat. DWIs, drinking, and chaos paint a dangerous picture of Dad.
She lied when she said I have no idea why he went to jail the 28th was because she filed charges on me for reaching out to her and stuff like that. So she knows exactly what happened. So she lied under oath saying, I don't know what happened. Ms. Rodriguez knows exactly what happened. So I blocked her that day. And that's why I missed the July one, because I was unsure if I was able to get my daughter or not. Because she goes on about life like nothing. She presses charges on me. She does all these things. And then she goes on about life. She can still contact me. She can write Gus. She can call Gus. She can harass my girlfriend. She can write my girlfriend. She can call me. But if I do anything that she doesn't like, automatic harassment, Mrs. Judge Madrigal. And she got me for harassment because she was upset about something. I can't remember. And then I was unaware if I could reach out to her or not. So my girlfriend was like, let's just go to Washington and just get over all this. And I went to Washington. I blocked her to avoid any communication. And that's when she started emailing me. We both got an email from Hayes County talking about the final orders. And then she started emailing me on her own. And then that's how the conversation started. And then she started texting me because she got mad. She's like, oh, you have me blocked. Oh, well, then keep me blocked. I have that email as well. If you want to see it. I don't know what she wants. Like, she hates that I reach out to her or talk to her. But then when I don't, it's a big deal. But she can reach out to me whenever she wants. I'm totally confused by the whole thing. And I don't know if I could talk to her about my baby, if it counts as what, if it counts as this.
Okay, well, let me
she can question.
stop you. What do you want from here forward? From your side, what would work as far as communication? What you've been doing, or you want to just do it by a third-party app app closed, it's a free thing, and y'all just communicate that way, unless it's the advance notice for visits or cancellation of visits.
Judge Madrigal, we've already tried that app.
And
Mrs. Rodriguez doesn't communicate. She doesn't communicate. She doesn't care. If I say something, she just leaves it as I don't have to answer. And you're right, she doesn't have to answer. But so what good does that do? She's non-responsive because she doesn't care. She doesn't care. Non-responsive. That was the issue last time.
yeah.
And she doesn't care. I have. She doesn't care about what you have to say. She doesn't care about anything. She doesn't care. I tell her all the time, Liz, you're not the judge. You don't decide. If I'm not doing my side, Judge Madrigal will see that, and she does the penalties. You're not the one that gets to decide. Oh, you don't get your daughter today. You don't get your
Okay.
daughter today.
Okay, Mr. Campos, how do I figure
she's tripping
out?
on 2 days that I
Let me
missed.
stop you. Let me just stop you. How do I figure out whether you had a car seat or whether you were driving or not? Because she's made those allegations. How do I know who to punish if I don't know what happened? If y'all are telling me different stories.
It's on her to prove that I didn't. That I did and I didn't. It's on her. I didn't.
There's cameras.
Okay, cool. Show the camera.
There's a police report. She can.
Your Honor, I think
Nope,
you're
I said I
It
wouldn't
doesn't
allow
matter.
this. I would not allow y'all talking to each other because this is what's gonna happen. It's gonna get out of control. and
You're
I'm-
right, 100%. The police report doesn't matter. It just took what she says. A police report means nothing. We weren't even there when the police showed up. We had left already.
Your Honor,
So-
Mr. Campos,
Ms. Rodriguez could have-
like, I believe the question has been answered. I asked if he wanted confidentiality of his contact information, if he was comfortable communicating via the app. I think it's very clear. He's answered that question.
Yes, Mr. Aziz, Aziz, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Aziz, you're 100% correct. Mrs. Rodriguez doesn't communicate. She doesn't like to.
Okay.
She doesn't care to.
Okay,
Can
thank you,
tell
sir.
me what she did or didn't do. How would you want to communicate with her? What's the best way that y'all can communicate? Because you're gonna have to communicate.
message.
You gotta
Do-
keep
do-
together.
Through a text message, but through a text message. And she's the one that's doing everything else, not me.
Okay. Did you finish, Mr. Asif? You can continue if you haven't
I
finished.
have some more questions, Your Honor. Mr. Campos, at the last setting, you stated you wanted the child's surname to be changed to Campos. Is that still the case?
100%.
Can you please explain to the court why you're making this request?
Because that's tradition. She has my last name, and she's just doing it out of spite. Her 2 other girls have their dad's last name.
Okay.
He left her high and dry. So what's the difference?
And are you requesting that the court costs for today's proceeding be waived against you, sir?
No, I'll pay it. Put it on my tab.
Okay. Is there anything else that you'd like
Yeah.
the court to know?
Yes. Judge Madrigal said that my girlfriend could not be at the pickup and drop-offs. We could go back and listen to the last hearing. Pickups and drop-offs. That was
Sir,
the only thing.
we're not going over the order was written. It was signed by a judge. It's in full effect in force of law. We're not going back, and what we're here to do today is to get a final order. That's why we can change what was in the temporary order if you're dissatisfied with those terms.
Okay. Well, yeah, because those were placed in there for no reason. That's why I'm bringing it up. Judge Madrigal never stated that was the case. She just said a pickup and drop-offs. There's no reason why my girlfriend can't be around my daughter. I live with my girlfriend. My daughter loves my girlfriend. I have pictures, videos, whatever you may see. You could have a observer come observe us for a week. There's no issue why my girlfriend can't be around my daughter. Let's bring up background checks. Let's let Ms. Rodriguez submit her background. I'll submit mine. My girlfriend submit hers, and let's see who looks like a better parent on paper. Let's do that.
Thank you, sir. No further questions, Your Honor. I'll pass the witness.
Okay, we're not done yet by a long shot.
I'd like to recall Ms. Rodriguez.
Go ahead.
And if you don't mind, can you said to take notes on some of the
Yeah,
comments.
But
So
we're not
if you don't
there yet.
mind,
The
can
state's gonna ask you questions first, because they're prosecuting this case. And
That's
if you
fine.
still haven't asked you the question you want to answer or tell me about, Then you'll still get to do that in a minute.
Okay, thank you.
Now, before I go on, how old are you, Mr. Campos?
I'm 38 years old, ma'am.
How old are you, ma'am?
33.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Ms. Rodriguez, our record suggests there was an incident on May 21st, 2024 regarding abandonment, endangerment of a child on the end of Mr. Campos. What occurred on that day, ma'am?
Mr. Campos was upset that I had me and Mr. Campos were not in any kind of relationship. He was upset that I met somebody. He showed up. It was like this was a Thursday. Stole my car keys. I have text messages and all that fun stuff of that. Returned my car keys later that night, but it got physical. Did I do anything about it? No, I didn't. I waited until the following Monday when he showed back up, and I had my other two daughters there. And there was already a case with Mr. Campos in regards to them. So Mr. Campos took my phone, so I had to grab my laptop, run to the closet, message my sister-in-law to call the cops to my apartment, and 5 minutes later they showed up. And they took a statement, they took pictures, they took screenshots, and that was it.
Your Honor, for the court's information, this incident is criminal cause PREFCR 242147D. I'm asking the court to take judicial notice of it. This case has been closed administratively. Okay.
Oh, I would love to take.
Rodriguez details stalking, missupport, and unpaid insurance. She shows she's carrying it all while accusing dad of neglect.
Judicial notice, but all I have is her testimony on what supposedly happened. I don't have the official records. I'm not willing to take judicial notice of testimony. Unless
Yes,
you
Your
have
Honor.
it. But
I can provide official records, Your Honor.
The reason the charge is towards the minor, which is Olivia, his daughter, is because Mr. Campos hit me with me holding her in my arms.
Is it resolved?
She alleged that, and the charges were dropped.
Yeah, Your Honor, yes, Your Honor. The case, this case,
the charges were
Hold on,
dropped.
please.
Mr.
It's not
Campos,
your
we'll
time
give you
to
a turn
speak.
in a minute. We're
Your
gonna
Honor, this
follow
case
up. I'm
has
not
been closed,
stupid. I know
yes.
what the next thing is. So yeah, Ms. Rodriguez, what happened to the charge?
If I'm not mistaken, they dropped them towards Olivia, but they're still ongoing with me. I haven't had anybody else tell me otherwise. I know I'm working with victim services. I got a lot of things approved as far as, yes, I am still working towards a protective order, and I am waiting on approval on that. And then just finances of,
Why did it
losses.
take so long? If they try to protect somebody, they move pretty quick. I'm not following why a year ago, nobody's done anything about a protective order yet.
I don't know. I mean, if you have an answer, then I would love it as well. All I know is I got this in the mail July 22nd to fill out as far as
Of what year?
2025.
You just got something on a report you made a year ago?
Yeah.
And here we are, August 14th, and she's yet to fill it out or turn it in. Not that important.
Okay, no comments, Mr. Campos. Now your turn. Continue, Mr. Osif.
Yes, Your Honor. Now, Ms. Rodriguez, I also have records suggesting there was an incident on December 10th, 2024, resulted in assault causing bodily injury to a family member. What happened then?
I was out in New Braunfels. Mr. Campos did have my daughter that day. He asked for her. I gave her, I allowed him to take her. I met up with him. I gave him the baby like he asked. I went out to New Braunfels, and Mr. Campos showed up to Willie's Bar and Dine, whatever it is, with our daughter and caused a scene. I left with my baby. Witnesses show Mr. Campos following me in the parking lot. I put my daughter in the car seat. At the time, she was maybe 7 or 8 months old. I put her in the car seat. Mr. Campos proceeded to follow me down I-35. I noticed I didn't properly buckle my daughter in the car seat, I guess being in a hurry. I called 911, letting them know I didn't feel comfortable pulling over with him behind me, that I where was the nearest police station? Is there a police nearby so they can pull over with me just so I can pull over and properly secure my daughter? So that happened. When they took the report, they saw that Mr. Campos had called me over 500 times that day, with numerous text messages on both my work phone and my personal phone. During that time, when they were taking the report, Mr. Campos was still calling. So they considered that stalking and harassment.
There's also, our records also suggest an incident on May 20th, 2025, harassment and
What happened to
violation.
that? Is that the same thing or is that a different?
No, that was a different incident where Mr. Campos showed up to a friend's house, because I had spent the night there.
Wait, are you talking about something else? I'm talking about this thing with the following on the highway and stopping or whatever. What happened to that report?
That led to a detective wanting proof and screenshots, and just she gave me an email address to send anything and everything to, so I would. So they moved forward pressing charges with stalking and harassment.
They're confused about the dates and the incidents.
No, that happened.
I'm not arguing with you. In May of 24, it was assault with a bodily injury, and
Your Honor, this is not Mr.
You know,
Campos'
it
time
might
to
resolve
testify.
it if I let him, but I've already started the rules about not interrupting, so I'm gonna keep them. So you're gonna fix it in a minute, or you need to stop, Ms. Rodriguez, and we can go find out if what you're saying is the same.
everything's wrong that they're saying.
Okay, well, May of 2024 was when Mr. Campos got charged with assault towards me and Olivia. December 2024, Mr. Campos got charged with stalking and harassment. May 2025, Mr. Campos got another charge placed on him for showing up again. Showing up again somewhere where I was spending the night. Mr. Campos didn't like it. That witness made a statement as well towards how did Gus even know that he lived there? How did he find me there? XYZ. If I'm not mistaken, I think Mr. Campos had to turn himself in for that incident. Why he got arrested June 29th, I don't know. That was on him. I called the police so that they can have Maddie open the door and give me my child because Gus was not there. In that court order, it shows that in that court order that you signed, it shows that she is not allowed unsupervised with my daughter. And so I have the video recording of Mr.
But
Campos
that's not
leaving the house and leaving my daughter in there. I didn't know if there's an adult in there. Her son is a minor, so who was the adult? And there was no adult there. She could have easily had me trespass that day,
You
and she
talking
didn't.
about
She could have had. She could have pressed
his
charges.
apartment with her? Or are you talking about the bar incidents? I got confused now. I thought you were talking about
Say
something.
that one more time. I apologize.
You said June 29th. I assume that was like, what, a month ago or a month and a half ago? That's what you're talking about? When the
Yeah, he
trial
got
was-
arrested again. I had nothing to do with that.
But how do you know he was arrested? Was it under your?
Can I explain or
Because
no?
his
Can I
ex-wife
explain?
called me telling me that he just got arrested.
Can I explain or no?
No, not yet. Let me finish.
Okay.
with her. Please let me finish with her. He
Okay.
called you to tell you he was arrested, but you know nothing about it.
No, I didn't press any charges on him that day. I didn't.
Okay, for all the other charges you say you did press, has anything happened on any of them?
No.
I'm not sure exactly what happened in May 2025 when I pressed charges. To my knowledge, when victim services called to tell me that they were probably gonna do it as a violation of probation.
Not on probation.
Okay, and the May 2024 and December 2024 incidents, what's one of them got dismissed and one of them didn't? Is that what you?
They dismissed the danger towards the minor, the assault towards the minor. They dismissed that portion. As far as the assault towards me, they have not dismissed that.
That was from the May incident of last year.
Yes.
And the December incident? And the
That is still
December-
ongoing. The December 2024 stalking harassment, that is still ongoing.
And so far, all you know is about one arrest, but nothing gone to court. You haven't gotten a protective order. Did you get an emergency protective order at any point?
Yes, whenever the assault occurred in May 2024.
And it lasted and expired after what, 2 weeks or something, 3 weeks?
No, it lasted 6 months. It was still
Renewed it?
ongoing in
You
October.
had to renew it every weeks or something for a 6-month period? Is
I believe so,
It
yeah.
was 90 days.
Back in October 2024, when Victim Services finally followed up with me from a May incident, they had let me know that it was expiring at the end of October.
October of 2024?
Yes.
And you think it went for 6 months? Because I've never heard that. It's either short, 3 weeks that gets extended, or long, like 2 years or a lifetime or something.
It was something along the lines, I have the application here as well, a copy of the application. Where it went, I don't know. I sent it to the email that where the person sent it to me.
But you do not have a protective order that's a final protective order, not an emergency type thing.
No, there's a bond condition towards him. And that bond condition states that he is not allowed to make any sort of threats towards me. And so every time when he shows up and tells me that I'm gonna regret being with somebody or
Father strikes back, calling her unstable and full of lies. But mid-testimony, his internet crashes, adding to the drama.
I have plenty where one time I did tell him like, hey, when you stole my keys, her medicine was in my car. I need my car keys. And what was his response? Do you want to know what his response was?
Was it during the last 6 weeks, 6 months, 2 months that I last saw you, June 12th? Was it since June
No.
12th, was it prior?
No.
It was over a year and a half ago.
Okay. Then I'm done with
So much has
questions.
changed in
Mr.
a year and a
Asif, you'll
half.
go ahead and give me a closing.
Yes, Your Honor. So, the state is requesting final orders today. I don't think there's any need for any further attempts. On the issues of the child's surname, the state has no position. On the issue of conservatorship, the state has no position. On the issue of visitation, the state has no position. On these issues, just to remind the court, Ms. Rodriguez is requesting that the child's surname remain Rodriguez. Mr. Campos is requesting it be changed to Campos. On the issue of conservatorship, Mr. Campos is requesting a joint managing conservatorship with the geographic restriction to Hayes plus contiguous counties. Ms. Rodriguez is requesting the sole managing conservatorship with the transfer to with the geographic restriction to the state of Texas. Mr. Campos is requesting a week on, week off visitation schedule. Ms. Rodriguez is requesting the first, third, and fifth weekend at 6 p.m. Saturday to Sunday at 6 p.m. Exchange of the child to occur at the Kyle Police Department at 1700 Kohler's Crossing Road, Kyle, Texas. She's requesting that Mr. Campos cannot consume any illegal drugs or alcohol during visits and up to 24 hours prior. She's requesting that romantic partners cannot be the sole person with Mr. Campos during visits, that there must be at least one other third party. She's requesting Mr. Campos give 24 hours notice of inability to make a visit, 24 hours notice of, beg your pardon, 24 hours notice of his intent to appear at a visit. And she's requesting that Mr. Campos not be permitted any visits until he acquires a driver's license and a car seat. And on visitation, the state takes no position. On the issue of child support and medical support and dental support, Your Honor, the state is asking for the finalization of the terms of the temporary order. And we're also asking for a judgment on arrears as of July 31st, 2025 in the amount of $1,702.25 to be added to the retroactive support for the period of time between March 2024 to June of 2025, which I calculated based on the state's Exhibit 2, the average median wage for electricians, people in Mr. Campos's profession, that determined the retroactive amount to be $9,658.08. We're asking this to be added to the arrearage balance of $1,702.25 for a combined judgment of $11,360.33 to be paid off at a rate of $106 per month, with payment to be on September 1st, 2025. From what I can gather on the non-disclosure issue, it looks like both parties are requesting non-disclosure. And it looks like both parties seem okay with the use of the third-party apps such as AppClose. And Mr. Campos has testified to agreeing to pay the court costs for today's proceedings, so the state will be requesting that as well.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Despite your infinite wisdom, Mr. Asif, that this should be a final order, the court doesn't feel the same way, so I'm not going to do it. Y'all bought yourself another court date with me. This time I want witnesses. You bring your girlfriend, you bring whoever you want, Ms. Rodriguez. Ms. Rodriguez, I need to hear from her and I need to look at her. I need to see her. I need to also know what happened on your criminal cases. I also need a little bit more evidence. If the state wants to provide it, you can provide it. You have your hand up, Mr. Asif. What?
Mr. Your Honor, if we are going to be doing temporary orders, then I'd like for the issues of non-disclosure, retroactive support, and court costs to be reserved, as is our usual practice with temporary orders.
Thank you. I would have done it without you, but thank you for agreeing with me on that issue. Okay, so and I'm gonna make it an in-person date. This, some things are important enough for me to see you in person and you bring a witness or two or whatever, so I can do more than just he said, she said on the computer and hope to God I got it right. I try to do better than that. I've been on the bench for over 30 years and I've seen a lot of cases. You're not my worst case. However, I think something's gone wrong that y'all thought highly of each other, just couldn't talk too much. And now it's just gotten worse. And I don't want it to be that way. I want it to work because the child is the one that's going to be the victim here between you all and y'all's petty bickering or pointing fingers or everything else. Now, your last statement on, oh, the child was fine except for he did okay. He told me about it at least, but he waited for me to do it instead of him. Well, I heard that the child was fine, whether it was with him, whether it was with him and the girlfriend, whether it was him and anybody else. Now, I'm still concerned about that darn driver's license and whether you actually drove as she testified to or not. I'm not sure I heard any dispute or I don't want to hear it at this point, but you said you're not going to get it till January. Is that what it was? February? What was it?
January of 2026, ma'am. Till then, I've never had. I've always had somebody take me. It's been my brother or my dad. I have.
And I recorded you.
Huh?
I recorded you on June 15th showing up, and you're in that recording. You said you didn't care.
Show me that you see me driving up.
Okay, no, I'm not gonna have either of you show me nothing anymore. You already had your time. This is gonna
You didn't give me my time to point out. You didn't. You didn't give me when you told me to take notes on comments that he was making.
I'm
I
sorry,
made
you're
notes.
absolutely right. But I got to the point where I'm gonna hear you again because I'm gonna see you again. So I'm doing further temporary orders. I'm not finalizing it. So that doesn't help me, Ms. Rodriguez. Did you want to respond?
You
Go
can
ahead and
do it.
respond. I said I would. I meant what I said and I forgot because I got further along on this than you did. So go ahead and talk to me and tell me quickly.
Dad demands 50-50 custody, but dodges protective order questions. He flips the script, accusing Rodriguez of drinking at exchanges.